If you run a home care agency and you're struggling to find private pay clients for your business, I can almost guarantee you that it has absolutely nothing to do with your service. Your service is probably excellent. The reason why you're struggling and losing clients to your competitors is your positioning. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. Most providers want private pay clients because private pay clients equals higher revenue, more autonomy, higher margins, and ultimately a more sustainable business. I've built a home care agency in the UK and I run it exclusively on private pay clients. So I know exactly what it takes to build and sustain a model exclusively on private pay clients in one of the most regulated environments that there is. I also consult with other home care agency owners on how to build and scale their businesses. And there are specific things that I consistently see that is limiting their ability to get private pay clients. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what those limitations are and how to fix them. One of the major challenges with government-funded clients is that the margins are extremely tight, and this puts a huge strain on the sustainability of businesses. If you're only working with government-funded clients, then you are putting your business at significant risk, especially in the current economic climate, making it a struggle to scale and have your business stand the test of time. So adding private pay clients to your business is not just a revenue decision. It is a survival decision. I love working with private pay clients due to the level of care and interaction that we're able to provide with these clients that ordinarily we wouldn't be able to do with government-funded clients. We're able to take clients to the garden center to watch a movie. We're able to provide a level of enrichment that we just wouldn't be able to do with government-funded clients. And this doesn't just positively impact our clients, but it added bonus to one of the greatest challenges that we have as home care agencies, and that is with staffing. The level of interaction and the services that we're able to offer gives our caregivers variety. It allows them to do things that they might not have ordinarily been able to do if they were just working in an average home care agency. This provides more variety to their days and something that is truly fulfilling. It's what most caregivers come into this sector to do, which is to offer care, not just complete tasks. So private pay, as far as I'm concerned, is more fulfilling for everybody, the owner, the caregivers, as well as the clients that we love to support. Now, here are the three main reasons that cause providers to struggle with getting private pay clients. Number one, they serve two markets. Most home care providers cater to government-funded clients and private pay, or intend to. These clients are entirely different, not just in how they pay for their services, but they tend to be two different type of personalities. Most providers are speaking to both of them. They're not speaking to one in particular. And when you don't speak to one, you are speaking to none. If you want private pay clients for your agency, you need to be speaking directly to private pay clients. The government-funded clients will come anyway. Number two, you're listed, but you're not positioned. What do I mean by that? Listed means you exist. You have a website, you have some online presence, you exist in the market. Being positioned means you're speaking directly to the right client, and that client feels understood by you even before they've interacted with you. Number three is location. A lot of providers are seeking private pay clients in the wrong places. They're serving a location that may not have the demographic that can pay out of pocket. If this is your situation, the fix is not better marketing. It is making a market decision. You may need to consider whether expanding or repositioning your geographic reach so that you're able to unlock those private pay clients that you are looking for. Now, before I go on to give you the tactics of how to draw these private pay clients to your business, I have to give you the foundation, because tactics without strategy is merely noise. So let's talk about marketing, especially marketing versus advertising. These two words are often used interchangeably, but they are not the same thing. Marketing is the comprehensive strategy that you use to identify, anticipate, and satisfy your customers' needs. Advertising is a component of marketing, and it is essentially how you promote your services across various channels, be it TV, ads, social media, etc. Advertising is how you tell people that you exist. Marketing is making people feel understood before they've even spoken to you. Because private pay clients are not just buying care. They're buying relief. They're buying trust. They're buying the feeling that their family member is going to be cared for by the right people. If your marketing does not speak to these feelings, then you are not marketing. You are merely advertising. Now let's talk about how to fix this problem. And that starts with building your client avatar. This is where most providers do the least work and lose most clients. These are the things that we need to consider. Who is actually making the buying decision? A lot of providers market their services to the end user, the senior. But in most cases, it is not the senior who is going to be making the buying decision. It is their loved one, their adult child. Research shows that in most cases, it is the female members of the family who are going to be making the buying decision. This could be the daughter-in-law, nieces, etc. That person is your client's avatar. And for this session, I'm going to call her Sarah. Sarah is middle-aged, let's say 48. She has 2 children. She has a family. She is working full-time or running her own business. And if she and or her parent is going to be paying out of pocket for care, which is probably going to cost thousands per month, we need to be thinking about who Sarah is. What is her standard of living? What is her expectation of service? Because the closer you can get to understanding who Sarah is, her buying psychology, the things that she likes, her experiences, then the better that you can speak to her and position your services to meet her needs. With all of that being said, one of the things that we need to explore is buyer psychology. Most people think we make our buying decisions logically, but we don't. We make buying decisions more from an emotional standpoint, and then we use our logic to justify those decisions. And I have a simple framework that I use for this. I call it the buyer's triangle. There are 3 value systems that drive our buying decisions. Number 1 is past perceived voids. These are negative experiences. These are the things that someone lacked in the past. So in our context with Sarah, maybe Sarah has used a previous home care agency that didn't show up. Service was inconsistent. That experience is still sitting with her when she calls you. That is a past perceived void. The second value is present perceived values. This speaks to where the person is right here, right now, what they value in this moment. So for Sarah, that could be peace of mind, assurance, confidence that she's making the right decision. The third value, future visions. This is the gap between where someone is presently and where they're trying to get to. This speaks to outcomes. What outcome is she trying to achieve? That her mother receives care, that she's relieved of guilt, that she's relieved of pressure, that she's able to spend more quality time with her mother instead of spending her time doing tasks. So let's bring this all together. Sarah is a 40-year-old business owner. She has 2 children and she's trying to find care for her mother. Her past void is that she used an agency in the past that was inconsistent, constantly late, and missed days. Her mother was left alone without food, calling her at work, asking her for food. Her present value is that she needs to know that the person who is going to be walking through the door, the agency, the business that she's going to be handing over thousands to per month is going to be consistent, is going to treat her mother with kindness, with care, is going to communicate effectively and treat her mother in the same way that Sarah would treat her. And lastly, her future vision. For Sarah, that is that her mother remains home, her mother is comfortable, happy, aging in place, and that she can finally take a 2-week vacation without worry of what kind of situation her mother will be in when she returns. Now we understand how to speak directly to Sarah's concerns, to her pain points, her fears. That is the only marketing that works to attract private pay clients. When you take this approach, you are not simply marketing to the recipient of your services. You are marketing to a daughter who is going through one of the most difficult challenges and decisions of her life. Let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes that I find home care agencies making when it comes to effectively marketing their services, and that is in listing features. So many providers who simply say, we do personal care, we do laundry, we can help you with food prep, medication, etc. Instead, you need to list the transformation, how you take someone from point A to point B, how we take Sarah from being anxious, worried, guilty, to relieved, happy, to having more freedom and spending more quality time with her mother. When you simply list the features, nothing differentiates you from any other home care agency available. Most providers think in order to differentiate themselves, they need to compete on price. But when you compete on price, you are simply engaging in a race to the bottom. And that is not sustainable for you and your business. So what you want to do instead is highlight your value. Most providers say something like, we provide compassionate, tailored care to meet your needs. Every agency says this. It produces no feeling. It sounds professional, yes, but it says nothing. Now, let's compare it to this. You've probably already had one experience that didn't go the way you hoped, a caregiver who didn't show, a promise that wasn't kept. That experience is the reason that you're being careful this time, and that's understandable. What you need right now isn't a list of services. You need to know that the person walking through your loved one's door will meet their needs the way that you would, with patience, respect, and consistency. The right care doesn't just keep your loved one safe, it gives them their dignity back, and it gives you something you probably haven't had in a while. The ability to go about your day without your phone in hand, waiting for something to go wrong. That is the same service, not a single feature change, but one version describes what your agency does, and the other version describes what the client will feel when they choose. And this single change in your positioning can change the course of your business and the course of your life as a business owner significantly. You are not simply selling personal care. You are selling the relief of it. You got into care to change people's lives because you wanted to make a difference. And the only way that you can make that difference is if you can reach people first. Marketing is not manipulation. It is clarity. It is making sure that the person who needs your service is actually able to find you and trust you when they do. But more on that towards the end of the video. Now that we know who our client avatar is and we know how to speak to her, let's look at your highest leverage tool that you have, and that is your referral ecosystem. Private pay clients don't just find you through a web search. They can often find you through somebody that they trust. This could be a general practitioner, an occupational or physical therapist, the manager at the local golf club, or a hospital discharge plan. So how do you leverage these relationships? It is not by simply dropping off your leaflet at these various offices. It is by leading with what you can do for them and not simply what they can do for you. So when you reach out, don't ask for clients. Position yourself as a resource to them. The main takeaway that I want you to get here is you don't need to find every private pay client yourself. You need to be the agency that the right professionals think of first. And one more thing, social proof that converts. Most home care agencies have reviews, not testimonials. There's a difference. Let me break it down. What moves a private pay client is a story that mirrors their situation. A story that takes them from where they are now to where they want to be. A generic review looks like this. Excellent service, very professional and caring staff, would highly recommend. Sounds positive, but says nothing specific, and it produces no feeling. Now, this is a testimonial written through the buyer's triangle framework that I mentioned. After a difficult experience with a previous agency, I was nervous about trying again. But from the first conversation, I felt like someone actually understood what we were going through. Mum has been with them for over 4 months now, and she looks forward to her caregiver coming. And for the first time in over a year, I don't spend my day worrying about how she's doing. That right there is a different kind of testimonial. One is a rating, The other is a story, from past void through to the moment of trust to the future vision that became real. One well-structured client story can do more for your agency than 10 five-star Google ratings. Everything that we have discussed today is what gets a client to your front door. But it doesn't stop there. That's just half of the work. What happens when they get there determines whether they stay, refer others, and become the foundation of a business that sustains itself. Because the inquiry experience is a moment of trust. It isn't just a simple administrative process. And how a client experiences their first encounter with your business is a preview of what they can expect to experience when they engage with your service. Private pay clients have expectations. They're used to a certain level of high-touch customer care. So when they arrive at your door, you need to be ready to meet those expectations. Consistency is what private pay clients are paying for. And consistency is built into your systems and your processes, not your goodwill or your effort. They are the single most effective tool in reducing founder burnout, in building staff retention, which is our biggest operational challenge, and creating a business that can sustain itself without you being at the center of everything. When your systems and your processes are thorough, it doesn't just make your life easier. It provides better outcomes for your clients and your staff. Most providers are working hard, but they're working the wrong kind of hard. They're delivering excellent care to the clients that they have, but they haven't built the foundation to attract the clients that they want. And that changes when you understand who you're speaking to, how to position your business as the only obvious choice, and how to build relationships and proof that brings the right clients to your door. And this is what we started today. If you want to go further and build out your positioning, your referral systems, your client avatar, and your full marketing plan with me, I'm running a live online workshop, the Private Pay Blueprint. It's open to home care providers across the US, UK, and Canada. The link is in the description box below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Come ready to work. Let's build you a business that's sustainable and even more profitable. I'll see you there. Until next